Tune in. We're going.
Right, episode 5 in the bag. This is literally on the back of episode 4, so yeah, we're in the groove, aren't we? At the minute, we're in the rhythm.
We're vibing. We've got
4-1 Leicester.
our poddy vibe on. 4-1 Leicester. Who did they have?
West Ham at home.
Oh,
Moisey's
fuck.
West Ham.
Moisey's going out the door already before Baines can sign on a free.
Somehow David Moyes comes up on every episode of this.
Yeah. Do the Moyes thing again?
Moisey. Oh no. David Moyes, please sign someone. We need a creative midfielder.
Oh, that shit gets me every time. Honest to God, it's fucking class. Right then, straight in. The Mo Salah debate.
Dog shit. Dog shit player.
It's mad, isn't it? We slag him off every week. We watch him play. We have something to say about him. We'll go through his stats and all the rest of it in a short while. But what we want to determine today is Mola.
Mola.
Is Mo Salah.
Canine.
I'd rather incisor. Is Mo Salah replaceable? Are there players out there that would fit into the Liverpool system that would potentially do a better job? Our thoughts on Salah, the things we like.
We got you with the title.
We got clickbait. What? Should Liverpool replace Salah? Should Liverpool bring someone else in? And we want to talk about the things we don't like about him, or obviously the things we do like about him, but how frustrating he is to watch.
His chest.
Great chest, you know what I mean? He definitely shaves that chest. You can't have that much hair on your head and face and have a baldy chest like that, do you know what I mean?
That makes sense. I've never thought about that.
Well, you've got the Wayne Rooney, haven't you? You know, them 3 strands peeping out the buttonholes of your shirt.
Rooney literally has chest there. I don't, and then I do.
But you've got that little tuft, haven't you?
Yeah. Gives off the illusion that I've got a hairy chest.
When puberty kicks in, that might look alright, but
the women love it.
Yeah,
and
he's like,
men.
twist me chest tough. Going into it then with Salah, I think for us and our frustrations, and we do have similar frustrations with Gini Wijnaldum. It's not Salah's numbers, because whenever you have a debate with Salah, it's, but look at his contributions per game, look at his goals, look at his assists, but the game isn't about statistics. Like, you've got players there, and I always quote Lukaku, statistically one of the best players in Premier League history, dog shit.
Yeah.
Utter dog shit. And you've got players like that throughout Premier League history. Not just
nice little spread.
Lovely little spread from Fred. We've just been saying Fred's like all action. He's shit, but he's everywhere. He's shit about it everywhere. But he played well against us as well, to be fair. It's still 1-0 to the mighty Burnley Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's Burnley's hooligan firm, by the way, for anyone who's overly PC out there.
Oh yeah, in case we trigger someone.
Yeah, the name of the hooligan firm for Burnley is Suicide Squad, just like, I don't know, what is it, the County Road Cutters or something? Christ.
Fucking hell. Remember the bit? I remember actually doing security on Burnley on Turf Moor when I was like 18. And you know what it looked like then? It's like fucking...
I need a job!
got paid like £25 for about 9 hours work. It's a fucking grim time.
I got more than that for EMA in college.
EMA, Jesus. But yeah, I did 2 or 3 games, and one of the games I did was Tottenham. Obviously at home because we were at Turf Moor. But another one of the games I did was Blackburn.
We were at home.
The Blackburn derby. First
hell.
derby they'd had in years.
This is funny, this.
Fucking hell. So I'm monitoring this door, and there's like all these like inbred types like looking me up and down. And as I turn,
he's fit.
As I turn to the vomitories, which that's what they call like the walkways.
Oh, right.
I see these 2 Burnleyites, clearly both members of the Suicide Squad.
You what?
They were like, we'll have anyone in Burnley. They were like head to toe in the same matching Burnley trackies, full tracky wankers, the pair of them. But to boot, they had on like matching orange Nike Vapor AstroTurf boots.
Weren't they like both 30?
They were like 30 to 40 years of age, and the application of gel to the fringe downwards was a true cause for concern. But needless to say, it kicked off and we end up in the stands.
Sounds like you about aged 15.
It kicked off in the stand. We kicked off in the stands. The stewards were just battering everyone. It kicked off.
Get him, Pot. Eat him.
This woman got fucking smacked in the head with a chair, lad. Like someone ripped
Fucking
out a
hell,
chair,
sounds like
smacked it
WWE.
in the head. Yeah, it was fucking Sean Dyche. She was in the crowd going mad.
You came in like fucking Fat Albert.
I was on the pitch.
Oh no, Prince Albert.
Fat Albert. I was on the pitch, lad. I was like, what do you want us to do to the supervisors? They were like, get in there. Like, fuck off, lad. £20 for 9 hours. You're joking, aren't you?
What did you do with the money?
I didn't even go for the petrol. I probably just got off the coach and got a Mackey's and a pint. That was it for me day's graft. But
Gotta start somewhere, lads.
You gotta start somewhere. Look at me now, 21 subs.
Yeah.
So yeah, we digress. But I think our issue is with Salah. Shut up, you dickhead. It's like it's play in games. He's so infuriating to watch. I'd love to see stats about like his passing accuracy and his dribble success, like proper Opta statistics, because like the goal he scored against United the other day, we were sat there watching it and I was like, I have got zero faith in him, because whenever he runs in on goal, he doesn't convert. And
ironically, sorry, go on.
No, go on.
Ironically, you said in that game, he's really good at specifically separating himself from man to ball and running and then finishing it, and that's exactly what happened with the goal. But
it's such a niche trait that he's got, and that's why I always say I'd much rather play him in the number 9 with Firmino behind him and either Minamino when he plays Origi or Shaqiri to the right and Sadio on the left, because he's great at pinning a defender and spinning in, and he does these little cute passes which always lead to assists.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the assists are just a 5-yard ball either way, so the stats do get skewed. But
that is a good point, that though, about what would his accuracy be about losing the ball.
I'm
like,
telling you,
how many times does he lose it?
His ball retention must be below 70% in every game. And that, granted, that'll be because he tries a lot of dribbles, but Mane tries fucking double the amount of dribbles of any other player on the pitch. Never loses the ball.
Oh, what a goal!
Oh my word, Burnley 2-0. J. Rodriguez, absolute strike. Fucking hell.
On the side of the bar, bounce. That is the best kind of goal visually. Yeah, with Salah, what?
Ollie's face.
It's
Get in there, says Rodriguez.
I know it's a bit of fanfare, but it's like when he first signed, it's all these comparisons to Messi, and it's, you know, it's forcing him to be in the Ballon d'Or
mix
conversation, which at the time is correct on his stats, but it's...
Should the guy do better there?
Yeah, he should.
Just pulls his hands down near post.
But like, it's just as the way I find that the majority of our fans think Salah is really good at dribbling.
And he's really fast.
And I only know this through talking to most of them, whether it be on like WhatsApp groups or in person.
Yeah, he speaks to every fan in the world. He's got a massive joint WhatsApp group.
Tell us what you think, Raymond.
Steve's Reds, it's called.
But like, even when you're in the supporters, though, if you bring it up like, oh, Salah played shite today.
Shout out to the Liverpool Supporters Club.
You'll get someone like in our group who will agree with you, but majority will just disagree with you outright. Yeah. Like, and that's the general consensus for the opinion on Salah, and it's like people are picking up on it more now. I watch a lot of that ESPN thing with Steve Nicol on. He's another
You fucking
favourite.
love Steve Nicol, you. It's all you go on about. Steve Nicol this and Steve Nicol that. But Steve Nicol's got size 14. That's all you say.
You said that.
You
and
do.
You said he's supposed to have a big dick as well. But
you said that.
Anyway, maybe I did.
Maybe he is, maybe he isn't.
But even he was saying the other day, he's going, I'm watching Salah here, and I'm pulling my hair out. He loses it every couple of seconds, but then he goes up the other end and he scores the goal that wins you the game.
Yeah.
My whole gripe with it is that it's more like, it's probably something I need to address with myself, like go and see a fucking
hell.
psychiatrist.
About to take it. He's been watching The Sopranos, hasn't he?
But
Done it all like Melfi, lad.
But it's like, my whole gripe with it is this illusion that he's specifically a great dribbler with the ball. He's got great ball control. His ball control is shit.
Yeah.
It's shocking. He can't control the ball. but then fully aware that it sounds stupid, because then he'll go and score a brace, and then it'll just make us look daft.
No, I know.
Get off your phone.
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. His pace is a myth. He never beats anybody in a straight up race. Like, he always gets smoked by like the defender, even if he's got like a 20-yard head start. Like that race the other night, it wasn't his pace that scored that goal. It was his because James, he's quite fast. It was his nous to get his body in front of the defender. But that goal the other day, important as it wasn't a game-winning goal, was it?
No.
The game was won already.
Yeah. It was done. Like, they weren't scoring them, were they? Martial should have scored, but. And what frustrates me with that, out of the front three, I think the best player pound for pound is Mane.
100%.
I know everyone says there's no other striker like Firmino in the world. No one does what he does.
No, there isn't.
The most effective, without a doubt, is Mane. And then what I hate is Klopp. When he takes one of the front three off, he never takes Salah off.
No.
It's like Salah's performing the worst at that time.
Do you know what though?
Why does he never take Salah off?
I agree.
He's the most ineffective out the front three.
I agree with you 100%. And I said it on Sunday about he's having a nightmare. And even, to be honest with you though, the substitution in the first place that Klopp did was wrong. He bought off Oxlade-Chamberlain. Who was it for?
Lallana.
For Lallana, yeah. The substitution there should have been Oxlade-Chamberlain for Fabinho. Put Fabinho at the base of the three and let Henderson and Wijnaldum bomb on, because they were having some great success. In particular, Henderson, who was man of the match by a mile.
That's one of the best performances I've seen from Henderson. Like, it ranks up there with Roma.
I mean, he was unlucky.
League,
You said that live, didn't you? It was a great performance.
Yeah.
He was unlucky not to get the goal he deserved as well. It was a great save, actually, from David De Gea. But I thought that was the substitution to make. And then Klopp's vindicating the substitution to leave Salah on, because Salah ends up getting the goal. But if that chance breaks to Mane scores that. Yeah. Maybe not Firmino, because he hasn't got that pace. I know Salah's quicker than Firmino, over 20 yards. But,
yeah.
But yeah, he never takes him off. He always takes off Firmino or Mane. And it's like I said to you, it's like he wants to leave Salah on so Salah has the chance to get the goal. Because for Mane, I don't think Mane and Bobby are asked if they score or not. But I think Salah, it really affects his mentality if he doesn't get on the score sheet.
Yeah, well, he's quite cocky on the sly.
Yeah, did you see that stuff with the Man of the Match award?
Yeah. But he's been asked that before. It's like they've said, who do you think the best player is? And he just out and out says me. But then he's smiling, laughing about it. And that is good in a player, because loads of them try and be humble to the camera. So it's about time, someone was a bit like having belief in themselves to the media.
Yeah.
I do like that, but it's like, be like that though. If you like, if no one can get the ball off you, be like that.
There's
Stuff like that.
Like Ronaldo-esque, like Cristiano Ronaldo, but there's these Reds out there.
He's not really a top dribbler either, is he? But
no, but he's got that. He can be that way, can't he?
Yeah.
But there's Reds out there that it doesn't matter what you say. Like, I remember when Steven Gerrard lost form, and it was like, you know what, I don't think we should play him today. There's other options on the bench there. Give Stevie a rest. He's getting on in years. He's 32, 33, whatever he was. Just give him a rest for this game and give whoever it was, Henderson, a game or somebody like that. Man. And they're all like, nah, lad, you can't drop Gerrard. You can't drop Gerrard. Just because it's Gerrard and just because he's Steven Gerrard. But sometimes there's players you need to play in certain games. And I think, like, one of the things we discussed in recent times was Nathaniel Clyne being at the club. And a lot of people have been saying, well, get rid of Clyne, you don't need Clyne. However, Trent Alexander's still a kid. Let him have a rest now and then. And if you're playing teams that Clyne can play, you let Clyne play. And I just think Salah's becoming one of these untouchable players now. Rightly so, based on his statistics. But if you're not a Liverpool fan who watches the game week in, week out, you won't see what we see. And if you're one of them Liverpool fans that's blinded by love and you've got the rose-tinted glasses on, all you'll see is Salah. Have you farted?
Yeah.
That is disgusting. All you'll see is Salah getting the goal, and that's enough.
It's just what Salah does to me.
But for 85 minutes, he was utterly shit the other day.
Well, mark my words now. Like, we're going to find it really difficult to improve, aren't we, in terms of results?
Yeah.
Going forward,
Yep.
We're only going to go down from here, as did Barca under...
as did Man City under Pep, Barca under Pep.
It's natural, you can't sustain it. And mark my words now, in 18 months, maybe even next season, or the next 2 years, you'll see a lot of fans going, what's happened to Salah? Why is Mo not performing like that? And it's like, lads, we were telling you this 2 years ago.
But it happens now.
Yeah, this is
the
what
commentators say it now.
What happens to Salah?
Like, keep that thought.
I know Steve Nichols started to mention
I don't want to. He's been watching the podcast, but I don't want you to forget your point. But like Salah will misplace a pass or misplace a shot or lose the ball in a dribble, and Martin Tyler will go, not like Salah.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
It is like Salah.
That
Tyler.
Is Salah, yeah.
He loses 7 out of 10 dribbles or duels he will lose, and his shooting accuracy is a joke. Like, it's so poor.
It's so frustrating because in his first season, when he... Like that goal against the Roma match in particular.
Fuck's sake, outrageous.
But it was the chip over Alisson. And then it was before that, though, it was the Tequila.
Yeah.
Like,
the one against Everton in the derby, in the snow,
yeah.
where he rides 3 of them, not literally.
Oh,
Salah just riding Holgate.
Sounds like a good
But he rides 3 of them, and then he just cuts in and literally swazzes it in. The game against Watford, when he just took them apart, he scored... 3, was it? 4, yeah.
On like 2 of them, the goalie was off the dog.
Yeah, but he weren't thinking about what he's doing now, and it's like now he's too much in his own head, and that's gonna come. There's gonna be pressure. You know, he's got the hopes of a nation with Egypt resting on his shoulders, and he's got you know, a lot of Liverpool fans thinking he's the best thing ever. And for me, Mane's eclipsed him, and you know, I do think in our system, he can be replaced.
Yeah. Well, I think with the title of the video being, should Liverpool sell Mohamed Salah? I'm not saying we should sell him, but what I will say is when you're on top, you have to strike while the iron's hot, yeah. And I'm not saying he's like the exemplar of all, but how many times did Fergie, like, you know, obviously it was usually a dispute with someone because they were a
dickhead
or something. Salah's obviously not that. He's a nice guy, and Klopp's
wonderful man.
He's a better man manager than Fergie, clearly. But it's like Fergie was the epitome of striking while the iron's hot. It was always like, yeah, it's not broken, but I won't fix it. But I'll just
stay on top of it.
Yeah, and I'm not saying we should sell Salah, but I would be very happy if we signed someone to compete directly with Salah on that wing. And
I think that's the point, isn't it? It's not about replacing him.
Minamino's not counted in that, obviously, because he's just not, is he? He's a squaddy that's going to come in and be another part of the cog. If we were linked with, like, Sancho or someone... Son, yeah. You know, I don't know. Asenio, Mbappe's the obvious one, but we won't get in. But yeah, Son, yeah, Sancho, and we were linked with one of them to come in and compete directly with Salah. I think they would just look as good as Salah in the team, if not better. They might not get the goals. I said one to you, and it was more just like, I wasn't thinking of like he's too old, but I think Willian would be sick at Liverpool in this team.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get the goals because Salah outscores him, obviously, but the team would just... The thing with Salah I'm getting at specifically is there's a lot of players out there where the system would flow way more impeccably with him out of it and with better players on the ball within the side.
Yeah,
that's it in a nutshell.
I think just on signings and Tottenham, before we went on air, we were talking about Christian Eriksen. Now, I would genuinely put in a cheeky little bid for him. Inter Milan are talking 11 million quid. I mean, obviously for Liverpool, you're going to have to hike that up. But I would pay 20 million quid for Eriksen in this window, just to get a player of visibility for a year to 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, he could push us over the line for the title. You know, he could be the difference. I know the title is practically done, but he could be the difference in games. You know what I mean? Where you need like a bit like a Coutinho, like he'll hit one from distance, he'll bury a free kick. Juan Mata's just come close to the free kick there. Burnley still 2-0 up in the 68th.
Pope wasn't even worried though.
No, Fred's fuming at someone. Might be Barney.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for me, I wouldn't want Mbappe, and when I say this to people, they're like,
"What's your favourite player, Lingard?"
I fucking hate this twat. But when Jay Lingsy, when
Mbappe.
when people say like, why wouldn't you have Mbappe? Because
I'd have
Klopp,
Mbappe.
I know you would, and everybody would, but we're not going to pay 200 million quid for maybe on the rest in today's market for a player. We're just not going to do that. Now Mbappe, I haven't seen the stats, but what's he get a season? 30?
30 last season, 30 plus.
All comps or just in the league?
That was just in League One.
Yeah, but come on.
Well, yeah, well...
Knock 10 off that then.
Yeah, but, with someone like Mbappe, he would come in the Prem and just hit the ground running and flourish.
Yeah, but it's not about him as a player. It's about his attitude. We spoke about Brewster.
But technically, Salah's got the right attitude, though.
Yeah, but it's different, though.
Despite that he is a bit cocky.
We spoke about Brewster, and Brewster's got this natural arrogance out of nowhere for no reason whatsoever. Like, you see him, like you say, Liverpool try and push him to be a poster boy. I've not seen anything good from him. Not one good... You're right. But I haven't seen one good thing out of Brewster, and he's just got this arrogance for no reason whatsoever. Mbappe, rightly so, has got this arrogance, but he deserves it because, he's a bloody hell. What else can he do? Do you know what I mean? Or didn't win the Champions League?
Well, him and Trent are probably the best two 20, 21-year-old players.
Yeah.
Like, just in that age bracket. Them two are, in terms of what they've achieved and how they influence games, they're on their own level. They're like... proper mad comparison, but they're like Ronaldo and Messi in terms of like, the rest
that
of the
age
young
group.
Yeah.
But the thing with us is now we don't sign players based on ability on its own. We sign players based on attitude and room to grow and ability. Now, Mbappe, he might be one of these players like Rooney. How's he going to get better?
Well, I don't think he is. That's the thing, innit?
He's only going to get worse, isn't he?
Yeah, the average rhetoric that's spoken's like, and he's not even in his peak yet. But
he probably is.
Yeah, that's it.
He's not like Henry at that age wasn't that good. He peaked 24 to 30, and he was peak for that long. Rooney was the same as Mbappe. He's coming very young, very raw, unreal. I love watching Mbappe play. He reminds me of Fat Ronaldo. The original Ronaldo back in his Inter Milan days, back when he could still get into his jockstrap.
What I love about him, it's even though a player with his attributes is more suited to on the left and then cutting in or just directly up front, he's brilliant at hugging the right touchline, right-footed player. But beating a left-footed fullback on a strong side with just pure pace.
Mane's like that, isn't he, when he plays out there?
Just pure knock it and run past them.
No, you can't beat it.
Yeah, and then he's in the danger zone. Like that's not something that you see often. Jadon Sancho's got it at Dortmund as
I'd probably rather put my eggs in the Sancho basket, to be honest.
You're still talking like a wanna for him, like 100 million.
Yeah.
Not 100
One Steve throwing out oneers. But no, I probably would rather put my eggs in that basket. And that, that's not to say Salah needs to go. I mean, I've been talking on the past couple of episodes. I think we need to give Shaqiri minutes. I think Shaqiri has got some things to offer on that side in particular that Salah can't produce. With his that drop back to the left, let Trent run on the right. But he delivers that ball to Mane.
Who's got a better left foot on them?
No one's got a better left foot in our team than Shaqiri. Probably only got 3 left footers.
But that's something where like I can hear the cries already.
Yeah.
Like what are you smoking? But I know what I like in a player, and it's like I said, there's a lot of players out there that would suit the system. You could even tweak it even better.
I'd have Bernardo Silva over Salah.
I would. You know who he reminds me of? Silva is it's not so much a creator in the sense of David Silva or anyone, but he actually reminds me of Messi.
Yeah, the way his body language is, how he carries himself on and off the ball.
He carries the ball on the outside of his foot, and he's so game for like just the inside pass. So it's Messi who he reminds me of rather than David Silva's the obvious comparison.
Do you know what I'd say the difference is between Salah and Mane, and in particular players that we've mentioned similar to them? I'll use Mane because he plays for Liverpool. Mane plays the game at his pace. So he'll get the ball under, he'll be slow, fast, and he goes when he wants to go. Salah's so erratic in every movement that he makes, he never looks in control of the situation. Does that make sense?
It's like Lukaku again.
The ball will hit him and it'll bounce up and ricochet and go everywhere. Whereas like you've got players like Suarez and trying to think of somebody in the league now, but every ricochet will go their way, every bounce will go their way.
It's a mad one, but
they
Albert
just know
Vieira had it. Like,
fucking hell.
Albert Vieira would lose the ball in a tackle, but then regain it.
Yeah.
But Suarez is the exception. Like
Tevez was outrageous like that, too. Yeah. But yeah, I think what we're trying to say with Salah is we're not saying that he's shit, because he's clearly not, and we'll go into the numbers.
I wouldn't sell him, to clarify.
But clickbait. But if you watch him play, you'll see what we're saying. His first touch, shocking. He's not that fast. And he really should play in the centre. Because on the right-hand side, he's not quick enough to do what we just said. And Mbappe or Mane them down the outside. And he's too predictable coming in on his left. When's the last time you've seen him score a goal like that? Cutting in on the right-hand side and nestling one in. From inside the box or outside the box. The only goal I can think of this season where he's been like top level Salah is that Arsenal game.
Yeah, but Arsenal are shite as well, aren't they?
No, but it was the application of what he did.
Well, it was...
do you know what I mean?
He ran, didn't he, from the half
division and the turn through David Luiz.
Yeah.
It was the fact that he attempted it.
But Luiz is he's an erratic centre back at the best of times, so...
I know.
But yeah, you know, if you're going to turn up against the team, you're going to turn up against Arsenal.
Yeah.
For someone like us, they're probably the easiest team to play against.
Teams that play. Yeah, Arsenal and Bournemouth guaranteed 6 points.
Well, that's another thing with Salah.
He shows up against Bournemouth.
Every
year.
He done it last year, he scored the hat-trick.
Yeah.
Had Steve Cook on toast. What a sentence.
Shout out to Cookie.
He had Cook just in his pocket, and then all the headlines and Sky Sports, BT, ESPN were like, Salah's back. But it's Bournemouth. They play into our hands so easily. Like, I know we done it against United recently, but like, I don't know. Like,
but how shit was he in the United game?
His first season, he was. That's it. He just scored the goal. His first season, he was turning up at nearly every ground, home and away, because you had City in the Champions League, the quarters.
Would you go to that
when he chipped Edison?
If Tranmere get through Watford to play United, if Tranmere were playing United at home at Prenton Park, would you go?
Sunday at 2:30.
Be a laugh, that.
Yeah, I laughed. Yeah, why not?
We only live over the road, don't you?
Shut up.
Steve lives in Rochefort, eh?
Shut up.
I'd go to that and support Tranmere, like.
Fuck off, you'd be supporting the Manx.
Don't get me started.
But anyway, it'd be like, what were we saying?
Salah was showing up against everyone, like City and all that.
Yeah, that first season, like, he's already answered all our criticisms in that first season.
Yeah.
Even for Roma, the season we signed him, he had 36 goal contributions, and I believe it was 20 goals and 18 assists.
Well, let me just get the numbers up.
It might be vice versa, it's 20 assists.
So, the numbers so far, his first season, 36 matches, 32 goals and 10 assists.
Ridiculous.
That is stupid. And that season, he was like watching Messi.
Well, he's 65 and 91 overall, isn't he?
Yeah. He was like watching Messi that season. It was unbelievable. Then the next season, it's 28 goals and 8 assists. So it's 30 contributions in 38 games. Again, last season, we had commented on this and we had said, for anyone that knows us, we have something we call a list. And if you're on the list, it means we don't like you. So
in like players,
yeah. Like we don't just put randomers on the list that we see in town, like, you're on the list. But like, we've got like, so for instance, the main culprits on the list over the last few years were Mignolet, Moreno, Matip was genuinely on the list, and so was Lovren. Yeah. But they've managed to get themselves off the list now, but... Henderson, Wijnaldum
was on it in the past.
But yeah, you know, these players are off the list. But permanent listers was Moreno, Karius, Mignolet. They were on our permanent list. And Salah was flitting towards the list for me and Steve last season, and everyone was like, what are you on about? And they're still saying what you're on about. I've only met a handful of folk that agree with us, but last season 30 contributions in 38 games. This season 19 matches, 11 goals, 5 assists. Again, how can you say anything about the guy? But it's not about stats, it's about in-game management. I say it all the time. It's what people do in the game. Like, look at Van Dijk. he doesn't score much, he doesn't get assists. It doesn't mean he's not a great player.
Well, he's a centre-back.
I know that. But
Yeah.
Same with Henderson then.
Yeah,
or Wijnaldum. People rave over them.
Yeah.
But they don't contribute in terms of numbers. Or like Fabinho. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Animal. Absolute
no, the point
animal.
was made. I was just...
well, thank you for confirming that point. But them numbers there...
just having you off.
The stupid... That'll be first. The stupid numbers, aren't they? They are unreal. But I'd be interested to get some comments on this and some genuine feedback on people's points, if they see what we see, if they think we're just being totally erratic and stupid. And there's you know what you're going to find about Day and Stee on Triggered Reds is we're not like other Liverpool fan channels, and we're not just going to be a Liverpool channel in the long run. There's so many Liverpool channels out there that are fucking ran by wolves, mate. Absolute wolves. Now I say Steve's from Brombre. That's just because he's softly spoken. I'm gonna say it now. Fucking hell, it's a joke. I just say that.
Thanks for saying I'm softly spoken.
He's Walton L 9mm all the way.
Yeah, well, you know, I was raised in Anfield, went to Scotty, now I'm in Walton. I don't live in Walton now, like. But...
Oh yeah, he's got himself an apartment in town. He's moved up, bigger and better things.
I run the block.
You'll see his phone number
You'll see me on me stoop with me shirt.
He's like Stoop Kid and Hey Arnold. Throwback Thursday there on a Wednesday though. Yeah, we're not like these woolly back Liverpool channels that like...
Well, I'm not.
Rose the fuck off.
Can't speak for this lad.
Like rose tinted glasses on all the time and... they just do our heads in, but we end up watching them anyway, just for a laugh, don't we?
I was watching, I won't say the name of the channel. We'll mention names when we're a bit bigger. I love a bit of controversial beef.
Yeah.
But anyway...
I've commented on something about them today, like...
But this channel, it's doing live match reaction, like post-match, obviously. And it was after the Everton derby when the kids beat the shite 1-0. And the fella who's hosting it's going, any fans who don't agree with Lallana, well, you're just a blurt. Any fans who don't like Lallana, you're just a blurt. That was it. And
who says like, blurt, lad?
Well, that's it for starters. But what Liverpool fan at the minute can actually say that Lallana enhances the side? And don't give me this shit about he's a fucking squad player. He helps out the squad. When we signed Lallana,
Steve's triggered.
When we signed Lallana, I was going to Dave, lad, for fuck's sake, you've got Chelsea there who were signing Fabregas for an extra 5 million, a proven player, and this is in 2015, so we wouldn't have got him anyway. But it's like, Liverpool, just at least try and compete. It doesn't matter now, it's all irrelevant, because Chelsea and us, we're far apart, we're well ahead of them. But there was just so many times when Liverpool have not been cutthroat, and signing Lallana was one of them. Not signing Loic Remy was another one of them.
Massive, yeah.
Players like that.
He was in Miami, he'd agreed the number 7, but he had a little issue with his ticker. But he's had that issue his whole career.
That's his heart.
And he goes to Chelsea the next season, and I'm sure he contributed 12 points, you know, just out of his own individual performances. I'd have to fact check that, but he come off the bench a couple of times and scored goals to redeem points and to win them games on his own.
He was sharp, lad. Like he was like a B-list Thierry Henry, like a C-list, whatever.
He was good enough for us at the time. Now we have fucking Balotelli and Barini or someone.
That's it. I'm all for getting behind the players, but when you support your team and you're staunchly behind someone like Fabio Barini, just give your head a wobble. And me and Dave, we've had season tickets. Like, we've gone to game plenty of times. We've been to like hundreds of games. Like, we've seen it all. We watch it on the TV, and we've seen it live. We're in a position to give a fair opinion on it, unbiasedly. Like, there's players that I like that people probably don't agree with and stuff like that. So, it just is what it is, innit?
Do you know what I hate, though? It's seeing, like, so many comments on the gram and so many people. For instance, I was looking at Everton last night. I didn't know Everton were 2-0 up, and then Lejeune scored a brace.
Lad, it was 94 minutes. They were
I didn't know that, but out of respect for Lejeune, I followed him on our Instagram account.
On Triggered Reds.
On Triggered Reds, yeah. He seems happy about
Try
it.
And get him on the poddy.
Yeah, we'll get him on and Paddy the Paddy together. But basically, I know Keane scored, which is a massive moment for a young lad, and I always like to see young players do well. You don't want to see young talented players just getting like kicked down, like when Ferguson subbed him on, then subbed him off. So he scores the goal, and then I was just on the Sky Sports Instagram page, and it's got a picture of Keane celebrating. I thought, oh, Everton must have won. Oh, here you go. Here's the loyal Man United fans getting off in the 83rd minute.
Yeah, they're all leaving 10 minutes
Fucking
early.
disgrace.
2-0 down to Burnley.
Disgrace. The stadium's half empty already, lad, but... So yeah, I see this. Oh, that is a fucking shambles. Look at that.
It's like City's ground.
City's ground at the start of any games like that. It's fucking joke.
Yeah.
At least Goodison gets filled every couple of games, but something else. Everton have won. Keane scored the winner.
Fucked every couple of games.
And I've looked on it, and there's comments like, "Oh, he's just getting better and better," and I'm like, "What are you fucking smoking? He's been at the club since August. He's played like 20 odd games and he scored 1 goal. How is he getting better and better?"
No assists as well, is he?
Nil poir. And you've got to ask yourself, why the fuck would an age in Juventus with Higuain, who's like as out of his breath as you walking up the stairs, Mandzukic and Ronaldo are all at the arse end of 30, and you've got this wonder kid who's played for Italy and all that, 17 years old. Why would they let him go on a permanent transfer to Everton?
Yeah, strange one, and one that we mentioned on episode 1, I think, but who knows? I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Like, they mustn't have faith in him, or mustn't have, but Everton have an act, don't they, of signing rejects, whether it be from Barcelona,
Man United,
or Man United. Yeah, they love a big name player. Not saying Keane is, but they love to sign players from big teams.
Ta-da, United.
They love to sign players from big teams, and it gives them and their fans a false sense of security, like that they're up there mixing with teams like us and Bayern Munich, and you see Bayern Munich dealing with Real Madrid. They're a dumping ground, by the way, for La Liga rejects.
Yeah.
Specifically Barca, Real, but Bayern Munich, they are a top football club.
One of the best
no doubt
ever.
About that. It's like Everton do this. They buy players, ship players off
Schneiderlin from Man United.
Yeah, Schneider. Well, he's
Yerry
awful.
Mina.
Who's the other one they had off United? They've had them for years. Darren Gibson, Tom
Cleverly.
Like,
yeah.
What is it specifically why Everton are a feeder club for United?
But who's gone from Everton to United? Rooney.
Lukaku,
Fellaini.
Yeah. It is just literally like Everton are United's bitch.
Yeah.
United are like, we're having him.
The way we've got Southampton.
Yeah.
But other than Lallana in the main, I'm happy with who we've bought from Southampton. Like.
Well, yeah, Lovren's another one, isn't he, that raises debate. But the thing is with Lovren, when he makes a mistake,
yeah,
they are detrimental usually.
But when he makes a tackle,
well, yeah, but I think Lovren's the one. Van Dijk can do everything, so no one compares to him in any department, I don't think. But Lovren's the one who I feel will run through a brick wall for you.
Yeah, I feel like there's no better sight than when you see Dejan Lovren just clatter somebody into the stand, win the ball, win everything. He's a passionate guy, and you can see that. He's good enough to be in the squad, 100%. I know Matip's back on the bench now, but I mean, I was slagging Joe Gomez off the other week. Joe Gomez is quite brainless, but what he's proven is he needs like a run of 10 games to be absolutely sharp, and when he is absolutely sharp, him and Van Dijk are an insane duo. Like the pace, the way they cover for each other, how good they both are on the ball, how good they both are in the air. Matip was playing outrageous football before he got injured. It's going to be hard for either one of them to get into the team now.
A sharp Gomez pisses on Harry Maguire.
Lad, Joe Gomez is the best English defender we've got, without a shadow of a doubt. John Stones is fucking worse than Maguire. Like, he's shit.
Well, he was getting the piss took out of him from that fucking Luke Shaw's a fat cunt. But who was it? That player who plays for like Bury or someone, the non-league player. Did you see it?
No.
Taking the piss out of Stones. I forgot his name. But
like in a social media battle.
Yeah. He put a tweet out years ago, and then he actually played against Stones again. And he was like, that tweet I put out years ago, if I played against Stones every week, I'd get 40 goals. I want to take that back and apologise. I think I'd get 50. But on the actual day, he took the piss out of Stones. Like,
but he's not, he's not a defender, John Stones. I'm sorry, but he isn't.
You know what? I thought he looked good at Everton, but it's one of them, isn't it? It's like the previous club, when players are in that moment before they make the big move, they always will look good. Like Maguire at Leicester.
Some of the songs like Everton bring out are like
redundant.
Yeah,
so like redundant.
I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy you Stones.
So they rejected the bid and then 6 months later
sold him.
Yeah.
And then the old famous one. Wow, what was it? You signed Lambert, we signed Samuel Eto'o. And then Eto'o leaves for Sampdoria like a month later.
In the meantime, Eto'o also told Lukaku, if you want to flourish, you need to leave Everton.
Yeah.
And as in tandem, the Everton fans in the stands are skitting us about signing Ricky Lambert whilst they're signing Eto'o.
And then, obviously, this year's classic is going down how we fuck, we're going to win the cup. And I do believe we knocked them out of the FA Cup with the kids.
Yeah,
so.
It's funny, isn't it?
It must be hard. It must be hard. I mean, to credit to some of these United fans here, there's about 6 of them left in the Stretford end. Unless they're Burnley fans that got road tickets. But no, I mean, you don't leave the ground early under any circumstances. I do not care what anyone says. If you leave, I don't give a fuck. If you leave the ground early, you are the Oh! What? Have you scored? Sure. It's offside. Yeah. What?
No, it's because I've got Pope in me fantasy
Fat whack
team.
score, but it's been ruled out. Jay Lingsey's just gone over to the ref and said, "Do you want any gear? I've got Jay Lingsey tracking him back."
Oh, fucking hell. Do you remember that time we were having before we had a footy match, and that lad who was in the
mixed mate?
Yeah, Scott.
Oh yeah, he just whipped out that fucking bag of swag. Oh, he's well onside. Is he not? Does he give a foul?
And somehow before the game, I got roped into like buying stuff off him, like night jumpers and all that.
Yeah, you bought about 50 quid for Kia, didn't you? I think that's lend you a tenner.
Come on, lads, let's go and play football now.
Oh, fucking hell.
Funny, though.
Yeah. Steve bought 3 pairs of black Balenciagas.
Come on, lads, let's get out there.
He played in them as well. Man of the match, Ben Mee. Hey, there you go. 2-0 looks like a clean sheet so far. It's not looking great for United. They are 5th. You've got to think, is Ollie on borrowed time? I know Poch is still sniffing.
What can they do? Like, in that Carragher-Keane debate, they were saying all, like, the usual, you know, repeating themselves, the rhetoric that's been going on since Fergie left. And Keane summarised it as, look, when Dalglish left in 91, Liverpool went shit, basically. And it's only now. He said they've tried a lot of things. He didn't say this, but we've won the odd stuff, haven't we, under Houllier, Rafa, but we've lost the dominance until Klopp now. And
he weren't wrong.
Is it? Well, that's it, because all the talk is United need to restructure in the boardroom, and we touched on the Ferguson-David Gill relationship last week.
Gilly.
And now it's Ed Woodward and Solskjaer and Ed Woodward with any other manager. So, is it as simple, like, if United got someone in like Klopp, God, Fred is shite. If they got someone in like Klopp, is it as simple as a coach fixes all? Because we were dog shit under Rodgers towards the end.
Yeah.
Was Michael Edwards still there? I don't know.
No, he wasn't there. We only signed him a year after Klopp had been there.
Ah, right. So yeah, that was my point though, because Keane was going. All Liverpool have done is they've got the addition of Klopp. I'm paraphrasing Keane there, so he might have mentioned Edwards as well, but yeah, if that's the case then, because Klopp's first season was 8th, weren't we? Then we
but you could see
second, and now we look like we're going to win it.
You could see the shoots of growth coming through the team though. You could see the team had adopted the tactics and they were playing the way he wanted to play.
The shoots of growth.
You could see that, couldn't you, straight away? Yeah. His identity was stamped on the team. For me, as an outsider looking in at United, I don't think Ollie's the right man for the job. I don't think he's got the personality. I don't think he's big enough for the job. The lad's managed Mulder and he got sacked from Cardiff. Like, alright, he'd come in and steadied the ship. And because they had such a good run, because everyone was so happy Mourinho had left, they got a few results. But when push comes to shove, they're not good enough. And they've signed, in the summer they've spent the most money out of anybody in the league. And all right, they haven't invested much in an attacking position, but they spent over 100 million on 2 defenders and the shipping goals.
Well, they spent something like 800 million since Ferguson left.
Yeah.
But it's so confusing though, because they've signed the manager that's won it all in Mourinho. They've signed one of the pioneers in Van Gaal.
But he did win it though. He did win things, didn't he, Mourinho?
Yeah, Europa League, got second. They've done everything. Like, I've started from I've done like reverse chronological order here, but basically I start from the beginning. They signed Moyes, who Ferguson chose, and it was a very careful appointment. They done that backfired. I think they should have stuck with Moyes though.
100%. It's ruined his career.
They got Van Gaal in, which was like the answer to no. We just need a big manager.
Yeah.
And he had a good World Cup with Holland, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't work out with him. He won the FA Cup though, and maybe a couple other things.
And we couldn't fucking beat them.
That was so frustrating, but it looks like it's all water under the bridge now. But then they got Mourinho in, but it's just not clicked, has it, at all? Like, where does that stem from? Like, because they've literally done everything at this point. Like, there's 7 years into it this year since Fergie's departure.
I think what Mourinho had said, and he's right, but I think he's a bit of a philistine now in terms of like managers. But when you look at Liverpool, Klopp's had how many transfer windows? You know, maybe 9 transfer windows. He's bought in over maybe the last 2. Good save, Popey. The actual play, he's definitely a number 1 for a higher level club.
Pickford is not as good as Nick Pope, and he's not as good as Dean Henderson. I'm talking about England.
No, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like what Mourinho said, and we have touched on this in previous episodes, is he's had time to stamp his authority. But what you see with Klopp and what you can see at Dortmund, Mainz and Liverpool is he stamps his authority throughout the club. He has a say on everything from the academy right the way through to the community work. Whereas Mourinho didn't buy a house in Manchester, he stayed in a hotel.
The Lowry.
Yeah, he kept saying, you know, London was his spiritual home and all that.
I was there every night.
Bet you was. You know, he's not that manager, and he's proven that again at Tottenham. He's not a coach. Say what you want to say about Pep Guardiola, fucking kipper them. Pep Guardiola is a coach. He will coach players to get better, you know, but he'll spend 70 million to coach that player to get better, you know. That it's one of them.
He'll go out and sign the star, won't he? Whereas, you know, I'm not a big. Some of them, if any other manager took our 11 over, we'd probably drop a few places.
Yeah, because they wouldn't be able to. Klopp inspires the players.
Yeah.
And not only that, I think there's a lot of people behind the scenes like Pep Linders and all that don't get any praise. Like, remember when we had Buvac, the brain and all that?
Yeah.
Like, you know, we don't even know what's happened to him, do you?
No, he was linked with Arsenal, weren't he? Then I don't know where he went, but yeah.
Buvac, was it?
For years, I used to bash John Achterberg because the goalies were.
I was
going
to bring this up to you, you know.
Tonight.
Yeah.
The goalies were always shit, and I was like, now that we've gone out and we've signed the money, you know, process of elimination, we'll see if Achterberg's the problem. And then since Alisson's been in,
he's not.
Yeah, so obviously it wasn't Achterberg. We were just signing shit fucking goalies in terms of Mignolet, Karius especially.
They were probably getting past to Achterberg, and he was probably thinking, I'm not a fucking miracle worker, you know.
But my only thing with Achterberg at the time, these keepers were dog shit, was I was going, he's only spent time at Tranmere. It is literally like Man City getting in Darren Bent and being their striking coach. Can you imagine Sergio Aguero taking striking advice off Darren Bent?
Yeah. You know what, though?
Sorry, Marcus Bent.
Do you know what, though?
Mark the Ipswich one, I meant.
Do you know what? I reckon, though, in his day, Achterberg was probably better than Mignolet and Karius.
Yeah, well, Mignolet was, when we signed him and he saved that penny. Oh, fucking hell, I am from Bromborough. Oh, no.
He saved that penny.
He saved that penalty from fucking Johnny Walters.
I celebrated like we won the league, lad. Remember that, the supporters? It was bouncing, wasn't it?
That was like one of the biggest single events that I'd celebrated like a goal. It was crazy.
It was a penny save.
And he went on to save a few more pennies. But
he was a good penny saver,
but with Karius, he was another one where... What did you say about Brewster before? Like
a natural arrogance for no reason.
Well, that, yeah, but the other thing about being a fanboy, and what was it? Poster boy,
yeah.
Yeah, you look at LFC's in social media, Instagram.
Oh, because he was a good-looking kid.
Yeah, if any time Karius pulled off an half-decent save, like the one against that Newcastle midfielder, I can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, whatever, not Sissoko, but Cisse or something. But he tipped it over, a standard save, but it was replayed that whole week on LFC media.
Yeah.
And it was like, people were going, oh, Karius is actually half decent. He'd never shown any evidence of actually being a top keeper, and then he done what he done in the final.
In the
I don't care what he done.
In all the hype around Karius's form, who signed for the club? Van Dijk.
Yeah.
So when Karius hit form, Van Dijk started.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. John Achterberg will probably still keep a few clean sheets in that team.
It wasn't even form though, was it? It was like you say, Van Dijk had signed. So for the Liverpool goalie in general, because we're probably the team who has most possession in the league, there's not a lot for you to do if you are the goalie, which is testament to how good Alisson is, because when he's called upon, he just catches it. No frills. What are we on there? Does it say?
50 minutes.
Do you want to do a summary then, just going back to Salah, like clarifying the point?
Yeah, so point is, he's shit. Nah, the point is, we're not saying Salah should go. We're saying, is Salah replaceable? Who could replace Salah? Personally, I'd swap Salah for Son in cash free.
Son is such a Klopp player as well.
Yeah.
Like through and through. I liked him at Leverkusen.
Yeah, he was great at Leverkusen.
Bundesliga highlights
on Channel 5.
Oh,
right, TV4.
But
Steer sits up with his Augsburg top on waiting all night. I want to see a penny save.
I didn't have Sky Telly. I run bones of arse.
You've only got Sky Telly through my Sky Go now, you runt.
Oh, I just use the internet for everything. Whatever.
But yeah, Salah, is he replaceable? Keep an eye out for how poor his touch is.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's like directly replaceable or anything, but what I would do is I'd sign direct competition for Salah. I'd sign someone of his ilk.
Maybe Minamino is that.
Possibly,
we just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
but,
I think Klopp will do the Andy Robbo thing with him and phase him in over time. And you said you won't really see him till we've won the league, which is probably right.
Yeah, I reckon you probably last 10 games this season. I reckon he probably plays every game.
You know what? You'll see him this Saturday against Shrewsbury in the FA Cup.
Yeah, and he might make an appearance tomorrow. He might rest the team, but I think just quick before we sign off, the Shrewsbury game there'll be wholesale changes. For me, I hope he doesn't start Kelleher. I hope he starts Adrian, because Adrian deserves to play. He shines in every game he plays. Well, he's a great number 2. I reckon he's better than Pickford.
I got on Kelleher's back a bit, and then there was all that thing, like you can't blame the goalie that went off on the chat, but it was like, it was only because the lad had conceded 10 in 2 games. which
when
is
you
shit.
Say that outright,
it's shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it was like, like about 4 of them he should have saved, and I don't like that with goalkeepers, that they get the exemption of criticism just because they're the low man between the sticks. It's like Van Dijk's foul on De Gea was only given as a foul because it was on the goalie. It's like the goalie should be treated as the other 10.
Well, the goalie can come out with his knees, his elbows and all that. It's not done.
And they got more of an advantage. And they're not fucked. They're not running anywhere. What are they doing?
I know.
10 yards in the whole match. Obviously more than that, but yeah. I hope he starts Adrian as well. And that's another addition to why John Achterberg wasn't the issue, because Adrian's been good as well.
Yeah, Adrian's been class. And then I think obviously like Matip will get minutes, Lovren will get minutes. Big game for Shrewsbury, big payday. But yeah, before now and in the next episode, there's going to be quite a few games.
We're saying about Salah there signing, but you look at the current crop, you got Minamino and the 2 lads coming through. Harvey Elliott, when he's on the ball, already commands a lot of respect from
Jonesy,
the opposition. Well, in that position, Jones is centre mid, isn't he?
But he could play in the front 3.
Yeah, well, he's not definitely not like Salah's position, though.
But he's on the. I think he could play on the left.
But his goal was from the left, weren't it? Left centre. But you look at Harvey Elliott and Wilson. I think we'll sell Wilson to Bournemouth, but he scored again last night.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really need to sign anyone, but I reckon Harvey Elliott in 10 years will be, if he looks as how he might fill out, like fulfill his potential.
When he gets his man body as well.
He's got that thing now, like we're saying about Salah's touch. Harvey Elliott's already
is the opposite.
Has. Yeah, he already
He's got
has.
that Messi, Bale-like touch and shift, hasn't he?
Yeah, you look at him and you'll notice the fullback automatically respects him because the kid does look.
He gets it under straight away.
Yeah, he gets it under and he stands up his marker.
He squares up his defender, doesn't he, every time?
His inside passes, a lot of them come off 9 times out of 10, and he just looks like he's going to be so threatening, like so direct. I can't wait for the next 2 or 3 years when he's getting blooded in.
Yeah, I'd love to see him on loan in the Prem.
Yeah, definitely.
Defo. Well, that's that's us.
Episode 5 done and dusted.
Signing out.
We'll see you next week with another one.
Toodaloo.
There are always a couple of people who can tell you, yeah, but you didn't win. So now, let's talk about 6, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be.